When you see OJ, you spit on the ground and you walk to the other side of the street. So he'll leave and go to Europe. Or let him go live with the black people in Compton. He don't want to be there.
He's going to come to New York and live with us.
Oh, he is not. Good. Let him come to New York. Ooh. I wouldn't go. If I saw him, I would walk across the street. And I would boo. I would go, boo, boo.
Is he going to be back on the board of this company?
Yes, that's one thing that's very important to the company. Yes, as a matter of fact. He'll be reinstated fully.
Oh.
And will he be welcome on golf courses? We just boo him. Boo OJ. And all you filth that play golf with OJ, shame on you. And Kardashian, the buddy. Shame on you, Kardashian. Do anything to be OJ's buddy. Oh, OJ, thank God you're out hugging, partying. Who are you kidding, Kardashian? Who are you kidding? I know people who flew out to be with OJ, friends of OJ, white people. Yeah. Shame on them. With people with daughters. Shame on you.
Well, those white people are the people at risk. I'm not worried.
Shame on you. Shame on you if you order that pay-per-view. And Larry King for interviewing.
OJ is not looking for black daughters.
I got OJ's phone number. We're going to interview him next. I'm going to call OJ.
You're going to call OJ?
Yeah. I'm going to call OJ. I got his number.
Yeah, stick around.
Good. You shouldn't leave. We'll be back right after this.
He's out there listening to the monitor, and he's 90 years old. He goes, F you, a-hole. And then you go, bring him in, and he goes, wheel him in, schmuck.
Where is Milton? Look at it. If I look as good as you...
1 second.
Here, wait.
At 100?
You said bring him in, but I sat there listening. I thought you said wheel him in for a minute.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
I heard you, Big Mouth. I work alone. I work alone. Would you leave? Thank you very much.
Oh, help Uncle Milty into the chair, please.
Don't help me. Hold it. You got a star here.
No.
Look who you got. A schmuck, will you?
Right. No. You look great.
Thank you
look
very
great.
much. And
Look how good you look.
Thank you.
I was just saying you're probably one of the few.
You need him behind.
No, you let him help you into the chair.
Sit down, sir.
I will sit down.
No,
Okay,
Gary, come here. No, Gary, come here.
Don't be a pain in the ass.
No.
I don't know.
Let him help you. He's a good kid. Let him help you sit down. The chair moves. The chair moves. You want to end up on your ass?
You don't understand.
You want to end up on your ass?
No, I'm going to end up at your ass.
Please do.
Look at the Pope. He fell.
The Pope fell, and he's a much younger man than you.
Who is?
The Pope. He's a much younger guy than you, and he fell.
Did he fall today?
Not today, but he has fallen in the past.
He might fall. Well,
and when you get older,
So
you can fall.
nobody held his chair.
I don't want you to fall. I love you. Is that terrible? I used to do that for my grandfather. He thinks it's insulting. You don't.
A pain in the ass.
So let him get into the chair himself.
Get into the chair. Wait, let me see you get into that chair. Look, you see?
Is there a whoopee in here?
Yeah, there's a whoopee cushion. Gary, hold the chair for Uncle Milty, please. Mr. Milton Berle. Thank you. You're an icon. Like a tripod.
Close to you. Is that okay?
Can we put the microphone near you?
You're close to me, but not near me. That near me.
Yeah, come on.
What is this?
Those are the headphones so you can hear Robin.
So I can hear who?
Robin.
Oh, I want to hear her. I didn't come here for you.
You don't want to wear headphones? Don't wear headphones. Don't put them on.
Just hold it, will you, please? Right. Did you invite me here today?
Yes. Yes.
Shut up.
All right. All right.
You know, I know that you have a lot of people on here, and I was listening to you broadcasting to the other stations.
Yes.
At conference
Press
call.
conference, yes.
Pretty bad.
Thank you.
And I want to say,
yeah.
I want to say, no, you were trying. It didn't work.
Right.
And
but at least I tried.
You have nothing to say.
Nothing.
I'm your guest, right?
Yes.
You just nod.
Right.
So I can.
No, you got to be interviewed. This is one thing. Uncle Milty loves to take over.
No,
you
I
can't
don't.
take over. You got to be interviewed. You're going to be interviewed.
I don't like to take. If anybody likes to take over, it's you.
Yeah, but it's my show.
Let me finish, please.
You are the only comic of that generation.
Why do you overlap your own self?
No, you are the only comic of that generation.
I'm not a comic.
You're what are you?
Comedian.
A comedian. You are the only. What is the difference?
You don't know?
No.
I told you he's a schmuck. You don't know.
No, come on. What is the difference?
No, I didn't say this. And this is the first time that I said that I never said something first.
You are the only comedian.
No, you just asked me a question.
I'm off that question.
Let me speak to you.
Say it. Buddy Hackett is a nobody. Take it easy. That's a foul word. You can't say that.
What I'm saying, if you would like to know what
Yes.
I know, and you asked me the question very civilly.
Go ahead.
At your age.
All right. What is the answer to the question?
The difference...
A comic and a comedian.
I don't need to be fed. I do my own stuff.
I didn't know if you remembered.
I don't have to remember.
Right. Okay. All right.
A comic is a guy, comparative to a comedian, a comic is a guy who says funny things.
Right.
And a comedian is a guy who says things funny.
Oh,
Now,
boy.
figure it out.
Oh, boy.
One of those definitions.
No, you got, a lot of the old-time comedians
Yeah,
old-
that's
always
going a
have,
long
they
way.
always have definitions. Always have definitions. You are one of the few old...
Hold it.
Listen, let me compliment you. You are one of the...
That's different.
Right. You are one of the few comedians from that generation who are willing to come on my show and say nice things. Why are they all uptight?
About you saying
Yes.
nice things?
Then why are they uptight? You're the only
When you
one.
ask a civil question, you'd like a civil answer.
That's right.
But first, you have to ask a civil question instead of going into your
All right.
shtick so
All
much
right.
every time.
First of all, you look great. I've never seen you look better.
Thank you.
What's he
I was-
doing?
I-
What
How
are you
does he
doing?
keep it together?
He's got a
Where's the
workout
camera?
video.
Where's the camera?
Yeah. Where's the camera? There's a camera here. This is
They're
your
all
camera
over.
right here.
Well, right.
This is your
Oh,
camera.
hello, folk. hello, listener. No, did you understand what I meant by
Yeah.
No.
No, I understood.
I'll tell you, George Burns, bless him, he's
He's not doing so well.
How old is he?
He's going to be 100. Please.
How
go
old are
ahead.
you? Are you 100? You are in fantastic shape. What, is that an insult?
I never hit a queer in my life.
A queer?
What does that mean?
And you know what the answer to that is? When
What?
somebody says that to you?
Yeah.
I was never hit by one.
Right. Do you think I'm gay?
Haven't tried you yet. And I don't intend to. Yes, I'm very
Wait a
happily
second. Wait a
married.
second. Uncle Milty,
And he's home.
You're still married, right?
You didn't hear what I said.
Yes, I did. I heard it.
I heard
Very
it.
happily
I heard it.
married.
I heard it.
He's home.
Right.
Well, laugh it up. I laugh when you dress.
Listen. You're still married, right?
Of course, I'm still married. Very happy.
And still satisfying your
I
wife.
got one.
True.
Don't ask me ridiculous questions. I'm still not. You asked me one question.
Right.
One. You said.
Are you
know,
still
you're
married?
the only guy that's been on my show that talks truthfully and
Yeah.
very honestly.
But you still
and has
satisfy your
a
wife.
direct-
I'm saying, right? Is that a bad question?
Yes.
Why?
Do I satisfy my wife?
Yes.
Don't ask me, jerk.
Why?
Call her on.
No. But I'm saying, in other words, you're able to perform it. I'm saying, listen, I'm
Perform theatrically?
no
or
perform sexually.
It's up to her to
Fantastic,
tell you.
fantastic.
Oh, thank you. No, I'll tell you.
It is fantastic. That gives me
He's
hope.
not on the pump or anything.
No, you're not on a pump.
Don't mention hope while I'm on.
All right.
But listen.
Are you on a pump of any kind? Nothing.
No.
You are such great shape. I want to be in shape
wait a
like
minute,
you.
What do you mean by a pump?
One of these pumps that help a guy, older men, to get
an
erection.
erection?
Yes.
No.
Nothing.
No.
This guy's unbelievable.
That he
My
will
pump
answer.
is my wife.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Okay?
Unbelievable.
My pump is... No, I have a birthday couple. No, I was just 87, and I'm...
Congratulations.
I thought he was 87
July.
last
Please,
year.
the Lord.
He was 87 3 years ago. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, look it up.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
1908.
You look
July
great.
12th. By the
1908.
way, it's his birthday, too, and that's Bill Cosby. Is 80... He's
Cosby's
born
80?
No, July 12th, 1908.
Right.
And we... Every birthday, we share each other. We send each other cigars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a birthday gift. But I was talking about Burns. I was speaking to him, and I told him I was going to be on the show with you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And what did he
And
say?
He said, "Good. I'm not going to listen." Anyway, no. He watches you.
He does.
He never misses your show.
Is that right?
He
Is that
never
right?
sees it, so he
Oh,
never.
well,
He never
I've heard
misses
nice
it.
things about George Burns.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Wow, that was a
There's
good
rim
one.
shot at
That
you.
was a good one. You're funny.
What did he
You're
say?
a funny man. This is it. You light up the room. You light up the room.
Are you? He's a comedian.
He's a
because
comedian.
He says
That's
things
the line I
funny.
did about
You're a comedian.
Ed Sullivan. Well, I'll get to that. We won't do a dissertation on that because you don't understand what I'm talking about.
I don't understand
I'll
what
tell
most
you
people
the
are talking about.
definition of a comedian is a man.
Talk about OJ.
No.
Come on. Get to the real stuff.
Everybody, no.
Talk about him.
Don't be doing non sequiturs with you, or I'm going to walk out.
You're going to
and
walk out?
I'm going to go in with her.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
He thinks
I'm
it's
not
better over here.
It's worse over there.
No, it isn't. She's pretty. I saw her alone without you.
Yes.
She don't need you.
I know.
All right, remember.
I like him.
I'm not going to do the joke. She adds color to the show. None of those racial stuff.
Right.
I'm not going to do any OJ jokes because it's nothing funny.
Oh.
There is nothing funny about the OJ subject matter.
Is he guilty?
Don't ask me, ask the jury.
Oh, come on. That jury didn't answer the question.
can't
I
ask that
can't
jury.
answer the question.
You watched the trial.
No, I don't. I didn't watch the whole
What do you
trial.
think went on? Why is everyone afraid to say what went on?
I'm not afraid to
What do you
say
say
it.
when you're
I'm
not
gonna
here?
Say he's guilty.
What do you say when you're home?
That's what you have with.
What'd you say
Where am I
yesterday?
getting-
When you're away from the
Hey,
microphone.
Schmuck, would you
What?
wait?
Okay.
Would you wait?
All right.
You ask me a question, let me answer it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I love you. I really do.
No, you
but
don't.
At times, you're a real pain in the ass.
I know that. But I like to keep
You know
things
why?
moving.
Because you don't have to talk fast to be funny.
Right.
No, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Two Jews walked off. You don't need that.
Right.
Talk slow, distinctly,
No.
so people can hear you. And
He's got you
have
confused
a
with
bad
Jackie.
habit, which is a good habit for you because you have a character going for you.
Tell me about OJ. Tell me, please,
See what I
answer.
mean?
No, tell me about OJ.
So, this is called changing the subject and jumping to another subject. You sound like Henny Youngman
Yeah.
doing a monologue.
Right.
And Henny Youngman, God bless him, who is 88, says, I feel great. I was up this morning and cracking my knuckles, took a brisk walk to my teeth, back in bed at 6:05. Laugh.
Right.
Then he says, I was to a ball game the other day. He does no
Non sequitur.
segues. No, he has no blah. He all does non sequitur jokes, and he's very funny.
Yeah.
But that you sound
Is
like
he a
him.
comic?
While somebody is...
Is he a comedian or a comic?
Hold it.
Okay. All right.
Hold it.
Hold it.
Before I really get rough and
right.
reach across and wrap
Don't you dare. Go ahead.
And then we'll be in the papers.
Go ahead.
And it'll be Howard Stern dead. And no, I wouldn't touch you.
Is OJ a comic or a comedian?
Oh,
I'm just kidding, of course. All right. Now, Uncle
Can I
Milty,
just say something serious?
please. All right.
The subject matter of OJ and the situation of how it turned out, guilty or not guilty,
Oh, come
is
on.
too serious to speak about and to do comedy on.
Not comedy. I'm asking you your opinion.
No. You asked me. It's like comedically speaking, it's not funny. The whole thing is not funny. It's very tragic, regardless of who was right and who was wrong and what the jury came to.
You know why he says this? Because he has the penis of a black man. That's right. Uncle Milty has big.
so that colors his thinking? Is that what
It
you-
colors his thinking. It colors his thinking.
I heard what she said.
Right.
She wants to meet me.
Yeah. Who doesn't? All right, let me read you. Listen to Safaxton OJ material. Tell me if any of it's funny. You tell me if any of this is funny.
I don't care what you say.
Listen.
I don't think any comments or one-liners comedically are funny about the O.J. Simpson case.
Going to ask you this joke. Tell me if it's a good joke.
I don't like it before you started
All right.
because it's got something to do
Be fair.
with something tragic. Now, hold it. Now, don't overlap me and let me speak.
All right.
Or you don't need me on the show.
Yes, I do.
You need somebody funny, but you don't need me.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
What do you call a poor black woman in OJ's jacuzzi? Juror number 7. That's funny. That's funny. Is that funny?
Uncle Milty is
No.
not laughing.
All right. What's the first thing OJ will buy now that he's been set free? Clip-on gloves. Funny?
You can keep going with every O.J. joke and O.J. one-liner. And being a comedian all my life,
Yes.
and trying to be topical or not topical about
True.
the subject matter, I would never touch those jokes
Really?
with a 10-foot pole.
Really?
Never.
You're kidding. You always work topical.
Oh, no, I don't. You're
don't?
still wrong. You're completely wrong.
You will never do topical humor?
No, I don't do topical humor. I leave that to Jay, what's his name, Leno?
Jay Leno, yes.
Leno?
Whatever.
Lenman?
He's no Johnny Carson.
Jay Letterman, yeah.
I don't want any comment about him.
Who is better, Johnny Carson or...
Don't challenge me about giving you my opinion.
Okay.
I have no opinion because they're all friends of mine, and I must watch out. Not a must watch out. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Why not? Why not? There are people you don't like.
To you.
There are people you don't like in show business.
To you.
Who are your
to
enemies?
hurt people.
Who are your enemies in show business?
I have no enemies.
You have no enemies whatsoever. Everyone's been good to you. Say it. Jerry Lewis sucks. True or false? Jerry Lewis. You don't like him?
Of course I like.
You like Jerry Lewis?
Why
you don't feel
not?
he's pompous? Who's better, you or Jerry Lewis? I say you. What do you think of that?
Uncle Milton.
Uncle Milton.
Jerry Lewis is a comic. He's a comedian.
Is Jerry Lewis a
It's
comic?
not a challenge of who's funny.
One last joke. Tell me if it's funny.
It's wrong.
What has
It's not
big
funny.
lips, brown hair, and will never get a good night's sleep again?
Wow, who?
Paula Barbieri.
Oh, geez.
That's a great one. And I don't care what anyone
Very
says.
racial.
Now, very racial, yes, but good. Milton Berle's
I hate it.
Milton Berle has come to us today with a low-impact aerobics. You're doing this
I'm
now?
going to tell you what it is. You want to speak about that for a minute?
Sure.
No, I have an aerobic tape out.
Yes.
Exercise. It's called Milton Berle's Low Impact and High Comedy Workout for seniors.
For the old folks. Get them moving a
Seniors.
little. Get the
No,
blood
no,
moving.
Hold it. Don't
Right.
tell me what it is. You
All right.
asked me.
Okay.
Well, then shut up.
All right, I will.
Please.
Yes.
Last time I saw a mouth like yours, it had a hook on it. Or hook in it, I should say. And do me a favor,
Go
will
ahead.
you?
Yeah.
If you, I don't want to do it.
All right, go ahead.
One
Yeah.
line is on you because
All right, go
it's
ahead.
not working.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
The book is it's a tape, I should say.
Tape, yes.
It's called Milton Berle's Low Impact / High Comedy. The reason of that is the comedics that I added to it, and it's got humor in it and everything, and it ranges. It's for seniors only, and it ranges from the ages of 60 to 100, and you'll see it right on the screen.
And you
The
feel
one-
Are there 100-year-old
you
people
feel
in
that 100-year-old people will do this? It could kill them.
When you run it and see it, you
Really?
will see it for yourself, and your viewers will see it. If there are tuning in,
Yeah. Are there 100
everybody don't tune in.
Are there 100-year-old people
Yes,
in the
there's
video?
There's a 100-year-old man.
Oh, for God's sake.
Now wait a minute. Now when you see this, seriously,
Oh, my God.
you will see this in a long shot.
Yes.
And they're all in unison with their instructors, she's terrific, and she to hip up music, and they're moving around.
Really?
And they look. If you look at it a long shot with a wide lens, they are so in rhythm. They're all together with this exercise that they look like Rockettes.
It sounds depressing to me to see all these old people doing this.
Wrong. They don't look old.
Really?
You look old compared
And
to
you
them.
do this as well? You do the routines?
I'm in it, but that's not the real. One of the reasons that I present it is that I interview all these people, and I talk how old they are.
Did anybody ever die during the taping from it?
Say no.
Oh, for God's sake. I mean, they would have a heart attack from all
Oh,
this.
it's possible.
It's
They're
possible.
all in terrific shape.
Really?
No, that's why it's low impact. It's not that strenuous, because if it was that strenuous, we would advise them not to do it. We wouldn't be able to do it.
And they look like Rockettes in unison?
You'll see it, and they're all different races and different colors and wonderful people. And let me explain.
You had sex with the Rockettes, true? Years ago when you were
Not
single?
all of them.
A lot of the
I had
Rockettes.
sex with Betsy Ross.
Right.
But let me just say this.
He had sex with actual Rockettes.
Oh, shut up.
Come on, you did too. You had them all. Marilyn Monroe, may I say?
Stop dropping names.
Oh,
please.
man. I would love for you to just tell me everything. Just
You're
tell
not
me it
gonna
all.
Hear anything.
Tell me everything.
I do-
I'll kiss your feet.
No, I don't kiss and tell.
Oh, come on.
No, I
Just-
kiss and leave. That's
Uncle
what
Milty, it would be so great if you would tell me what it's like to spend the night with Marilyn Monroe. I'm begging you. Give me some juice. Give me a gift. I'll plug the tape for the next 6 years.
Don't have to plug it.
Tell the truth. When
No,
a girl like that takes her clothes off.
As much as your opinion and your program is what it is,
Yes.
and very bold and
Yes.
frank.
Please, help me
frank
out.
and- wait a minute.
Help me.
Hold it.
All right.
Hold,
All right.
Help you.
All right. Help me.
Boy, you need it. I just want to say something. As frank as you are and brief and honest.
Thank you.
There are certain things that I must respect.
You're through. Listen to me. No, please.
Go ahead.
So, Marilyn, stop me if I go too far of the line. This is
You
stuff
went too far
All
already.
right. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Marilyn, Marilyn Monroe walks in the room, and she disrobes.
And she what?
Disrobes. Takes off her clothes.
Yeah.
Are you like, oh my God? I mean, I'm finished. I'm done. I can't hold out a long time. Are you like? Are you like thinking of garbage? Are you thinking of fish? What are you thinking of? All right, we're gonna get. Thank you.
You want me to answer?
Thank you.
Then shut up.
Okay.
And listen to the king.
Go ahead.
Okay, or the queen, anything.
No, the king. Go ahead.
I learned something when I was in my 20s.
Go ahead.
This is the truth. And this may go for your viewer and some of the guys that are listening, and possibly your lovely ladies that are watching.
That's right.
You see, there's an expression, we won't use the whole word, but there are what we call, groupies, or what they may be.
Groupies.
That like to, we call them name screwers.
Right. Star effers.
Star
right.
Fs, okay?
Yes.
That is the ruination, and it does not help their continued sex life because it's all mental and they picture it. So I learned years ago that, when I was in my 20s,
yes,
that the name
forget the name
isn't the one
right.
that you are going to sleep with.
Right. It's the person.
No, I don't know. Yeah. In other words,
but she was beautiful. She was beautiful. Shh. Yeah, I'm not getting my answer.
Hey,
did you nail her or not?
I have to be on a set in May.
Okay, all right. Take it easy.
I'll take it easy. So if it was in those days, let's go back. Let's take Marilyn.
Please.
May she rest in peace.
Yes.
No. And if her name wasn't Marilyn Monroe, I learned this in my 20s and 30s.
Right.
Somebody walked over to me and said, Milton, we used to sit in the theater and watch a motion picture and see one of the biggest stars, right?
So you're not answering the question. You're avoiding it. You're avoiding it.
No, I'm not.
You were 42. She was 19. True or false?
Ooh. Is that true?
And then you had the beautiful young...
What's the question?
Okay,
you got away from
the question is...
If she was...
When she was nude, how could you perform? In other words, she's so beautiful.
You why.
Right.
I'm going to get to it.
All right, go ahead.
All I had to do, all anybody has to do, is to check if it's a star,
right?
As we said, F,
right?
Get that name out of your mind. Make her just a plain person, and instead of saying Marilyn Monroe, say to yourself,
like a cow.
No, don't tell me what to say. Shh. Instead of saying Marilyn Monroe. Think in your mind mentally, because everything is mental.
Yes, true.
The whole body works that way. Just call her another name. Esther, Sarah Monroe. And the minute that you say the first name is different than Monroe,
you'll hold out.
Your, as you want to say, your penis or whatever does, just goes into
a funk.
Right. Into another position. And you're not, because when you're hard, you're soft. When you're soft, you're hard.
So in other words, what you're saying, if I may paraphrase here, you're saying that you got to stop thinking that you're with Marilyn Monroe. You got to think about somebody else. But what good is being with Marilyn Monroe?
And then when you call her Sarah, doesn't she get pissed?
Does she get pissed off when you called her Sarah?
You told her Sarah, right?
Right, that's right.
Well, she's through.
She's through, yeah, that's right.
No, I did not tell her.
I understand. You think she's a plain person.
I was told this when I was in my 20s. Don't get that excited, Milton, when you see a motion picture name on the screen that it looks gorgeous. If it's Hedy Lamarr and you look at... Change the name Hedy to Dorothy Lamarr.
If I saw a beautiful woman...
Wait a minute.
If I saw a beautiful woman...
body...
Yes.
And your mind, it takes over and...
But what good is that? You want to be with Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. You want to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to think about...
You want to be with Marilyn.
You want to be with Marilyn, not Sarah.
We're not talking... Let's not talk about Marilyn.
Really? You're really that upset about it?
No, let's remember her.
Oh, I'd love to remember her the way you do.
No, let's remember her the way she was a wonderful chick. She was a wonderful woman.
That means she used her mouth.
No,
yes.
She's a good girl.
I know what that means. I'm picking up all your hidden meanings. I'm a guy, too.
All wrong.
Really?
All wrong.
100% wrong.
100% wrong.
Didn't use her mouth.
Gotta be the way you're dressed and the way you look.
You gotta be wrong about something. Uncle Milty, you are an innovator. You're the man who started television. You did it all. And now you're telling us that this is the next phase, this low-impact aerobics for senior citizens. And what you're saying to my audience is that young people should buy this for these old codgers who are sitting around like vegetables. Get them up off their
Don't
chairs.
put it down. No, shut up.
What did I do wrong? I'm plugging your video.
You're not plugging it.
Oh,
You're
I am
putting
too.
it down.
No.
Now, don't tell me what you're doing.
I'm making it a positive.
Everybody clear the room and come over here.
Come on.
And let me hit you.
No, don't do
All
that.
right, look,
All right,
I
go
don't
ahead.
want to hurt you.
All right.
Wrong. This is not you for the old people. Wrong.
It is.
Not for the old. This is for everyone.
Oh.
It's from you can do it at 45 up to 100, but it'll keep you younger and it'll make you fresh and keep your arteries going, and you'll live much longer by exercising.
I see.
And it's a very hip tape.
You know, you make a good point. I'll tell you why you made a good point.
No, well, when you
let me make
insult them and say old people,
No.
don't do that.
No, listen, let me tell you
You're
something.
wrong.
No. Robin, for example, who works with me over there, Robin,
Yeah.
she wants to do aerobic activity. So what does she do? She goes out and she starts rollerblading and taking tennis lessons. She's overdoing it. So she lost her voice and got sick. Now, let me explain something to you. What you're saying is if you took it a little slower, day in and day out,
Work up to it.
you'd probably be in better shape. Am I correct?
There are rules and regulations in this tape
Thank
that
you.
advise the people that the minute that they get a little overly tired, they should stop and rest.
Oh,
right?
that's crazy.
And take the break. And you should
That's
be
not
taking
exercise.
breaks, too.
Right.
And you can't continuously do it. I'm talking to you, darling.
Right.
And
She's a mess over there.
because you did. You know, you
Hey, look
get
at
a
Uncle
little
Milty.
tired out.
He's got a good physique.
He looks wonderful.
Yeah, looks good.
Kept at one weight for the last 15 years, 165. Don't applaud.
No, come on.
Don't
Standing
applaud.
ovation. Wait.
You never sit down. We saw the pants and the shorts. Thank you very much.
Uncle Milty.
No, I don't. I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
It's not for the world to know, but I don't know what beer tastes like. I never drank. I'm a teetotaler.
Really?
Never drank. Don't know what beer tastes like.
Really?
Jackie can tell you.
Haven't eaten. No. I've never smoked a cigarette
Just cigars.
since I was 12 years old.
Really?
You walked around with a cigar when you were 12?
Yes.
Now that's
Yes, I
funny.
did.
Wow. But you've tasted about 450 broads. That's what keeps you young, my friend. You've slept with over 450 broads. That's what keeps you young. You got to admit
That's
it.
what kept me young.
You're not kidding. Yeah, this guy has had great
He
life.
said that he won't tell you the real secret.
Yeah, the real secret is go out and sleep with Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe a couple of times. You'll live to be 195.
You'll want to live.
This guy's been with this guy's lived a life. Nobody's. Come on, let me talk to you seriously.
On
This
his
guy.
memories alone, you don't want to die.
Do you know what it's like to have a reputation? Not only be a famous comedian, big star, film star, everything,
Revered.
but every woman on the planet knows you've got a big penis. Do you know what that's like? Do you know what kind of life that is? You got money?
Can I say something?
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead. Tell the truth.
It's not the size of your penis.
Oh, yes, it
It's
is.
not the weight. No.
Women must have gone
it's
into
how
shock.
He's never
what you got is
had
what you do with
the
it.
drawback that you have.
You have never had a small penis like
Agreed?
mine. No, she did. Let me tell you something.
It's
Uncle
easy
Milty,
to say that.
it's easy to say it when you're big. You know what women do when they see me naked? They go,
You know,
can you imagine what that's like?
yeah,
You know how humiliating?
Looks like your belly button.
Yeah, looks like an acorn. I'm hung like an elevator button.
I think we told this story, didn't I, over the last time I was on here? What happened with Forrest Tucker and me?
Yes, when you both whipped it out. I know that whole story.
You know, we had this contest, and they were asking to have a contest between Forrest Tucker and myself with our endowments, which it's not in good taste, but at the men's club, at the golf club, that happened in the men's room or in the golf room, and I said no, and Forrest said, come on, let's do it. And they were starting to bet who is the best endowed and who's the largest, all that junk. Wow. And I finally said, I've had enough of this. I don't want to do it. And a guy yelled from the back of the room of the golf club. He said, Milton, just take out enough to win.
Wow, I love that.
No, well, I didn't say it.
Oh, I love it. Did you do it?
Last
Let me
night.
see it. Let me see it. I can't take it. Let me see it.
If anybody
Show me.
sees this,
Yeah.
it's going to be her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me tell you. Then she knows what to do with it. Believe me.
I don't know.
Should see the size of her vibrator.
Oh, please.
Let me say something. Uncle Milty.
That
true.
was in bad
Wait a minute,
taste.
by the way.
Let me give a couple of plugs here, would you?
Well, that's what I wanted to tell you where I'm going to be.
Let me introduce it. You know how we play the game. Let me introduce it, and then you make a comment. And Uncle Milty, of course, will not comment on OJ, but he thinks OJ's guilty.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Milton
I will
Berle's
not say he's guilty or he's not guilty.
off the air. You'll tell
So
us.
don't quote me.
Really?
Not off the air.
All right.
We're on the air now.
Really?
I will not.
You're
talk
afraid of black
about-
people. You have black people who work in your house, and you're
I
afraid
should say not.
No?
I do have black people, and I'm not. There's nothing to be afraid of black people.
Really? I'm
wanna
plenty
be very
afraid.
liberal.
All right.
All right. I don't know. You want me to ask you that question? Is he guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you.
You just asked me if I wanted to be asked.
But I don't want you to be asked.
Oh, you don't?
Change my mind.
Okay.
No, it's very.
Ask me that question,
I will not.
please.
No, because
I'm
you
begging
have a
you.
right to say what you want. You believe that he was guilty?
I believe he's guilty.
You do?
Yes, and I'm not
All right.
afraid to say it.
Then you should have been on the jury.
Yes, I should have been.
There was the. Well, speaking of juries, I got to say something. It sounds like you're doing a dovetail into a one-liner.
Right.
Speaking of,
Yes.
that's the cliche line that is in all my joke books about a defendant or a plaintiff is facing 12 people who haven't got the brains enough to get out of jury duty.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. That's exactly the OJ case. You saw all these women hanging around when the verdict was read. All these women are screaming, "Yeah, OJ, OJ." Meanwhile, why aren't they at work? Where is everybody? How come everyone has free time? Uncle Milty's working.
Yeah, but Uncle Milty's working, but this got nothing to do with the case, and I would not like to dignify anything more.
All
about
right.
the
I will
OJ
not
case.
talk about the OJ case. I'll wait till you
Because
leave.
It's not up to me. It's up to the courts and whatever decision they make.
It's not up to us either.
In
We
the
still talk
American
about
way
it.
Right.
of supposedly the way they do it. That's their decision, and the jury made the decision.
Uncle Milty's got black people. I'm
what
telling
about
you.
Uncle Milty's
He's
got
afraid.
black
He's
people?
afraid.
There's
All right.
nothing wrong with
And
that.
listen, Milton Berle's low-impact, high comedy.
Where can you find it?
I'll tell you who I'm getting this for.
Who?
My mother's got a tuchus on her.
Oh, jeez.
My
Is this
mother-
to help you lose weight?
Let me tell you something. She's a prime candidate. My mother's almost 70 years old. She got a tuchus on her the size of a hippopotamus. She wears giant underpants.
Oh, I'm sure she's glad you're telling
And
Uncle Milty this.
Uncle Milty's seen my mother. She got a big tuchus, right? Am I right?
She's a very lovely
Yeah,
woman.
but admit
I
she
never
has a big
saw her.
tuchus.
I wasn't looking at her.
Oh, yes, you were. You never nailed my mother, did you?
You're not his father, are you?
You're not my father, are you?
God, I don't know how you're still on.
That's unbelievable. But let me tell you something.
Your mother, you said she's got a very big.
She got a big tuchus, and I got to tell you something.
Wanna
I've
give
said
her
to
the
her,
workout.
I'm going to give it to her. I'll tell you why. I say to her, Ma, why don't you get up off your ass and take a walk? My father has to look at your big ass.
Oh.
My father hasn't gotten laid in years. I said, why? Because he's not attracted. You gotta lose the ass on you. So she gets insulted right away. Like, oh, you shouldn't talk to me like this. So
Just imagine you had children and this was it.
Uncle Milty, you don't prefer a big dumper. You like a nice tight buns, right? Tell the truth. Your wife is gorgeous. She got tight buns, right?
My wife is absolutely the most gorgeous woman in the world.
Exactly. So there's a guy who knows. So I said to my mother,
Did Uncle Milty have children?
Uncle Milty has children, yes.
He does?
Yes.
I've what?
Don't you have a child?
Oh, I have a lot of them.
Yeah,
really?
he's got a lot
My
of them.
wife, Lorna, who's she's really under 50.
Right.
She's about 49, 48.
Right.
She has
Jackie's
5
age.
grandchildren.
Oh, she has 5 good
Well,
children.
one of her daughters, Susan,
Yeah.
which is my stepdaughter now, is just recently had a baby with Richard Mall. You know Richard?
Yeah, the actor.
He's the tallest,
Yeah.
6'8",
Crew cut.
very handsome, and there's another one in the oven. So Lorna, my lovely wife, is going to have 6 grandchildren.
Yeah, but those
She's
aren't
only
those aren't
40.
your biological children.
No, real children.
Oh, these are your real children.
Not her, they're hers.
No, I'm talking about you though. These are not your biological.
I have grandchildren.
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Why?
know.
What do you want to make a little matchmaker with your mother's?
No. Know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your videotape. I'm saying my mother.
I heard about that.
And the reason she's got the big tuchus is because buttocks, as you say,
But
is because she doesn't do anything. I say go out and walk My father rides a bike once in a while.
He does.
You should
I didn't
see
know
that. Yeah. And
Well, my wife, Lorna, who's just about 49, but she walks 3 miles a day back.
that's great. But I said to my mother, you don't walk anywhere. You got a big fat ass. I said, I don't know if you look behind you, but you got a big fat ass.
Speak to your mother that way.
I got to be honest with the woman. I got to be honest. I want my father to stay married to her, don't I?
He doesn't seem to be wandering or straying.
That's an ass. That's an ass. It was filled with yogurt, and I mean, it's like a veal. It's like a veal.
That's terrible.
If a cannibal got a hold of it, they say, "Ooh, there's not a vein or a bone or anything in this
Ooh,
ass."
she must be juicy.
So yeah, juicy. So I said, "Oh, you got to reduce the size of your ass." She goes, "What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do?" I said, "You know what? I'm gonna call it today. I'm gonna say Uncle Milty put out not only a tape you can laugh, you could sit there and laugh.
It's very educational, though.
Right. It's educational at the same time. And maybe she'll move that tuchus around a little bit. Do you have a tuchus exercise on this tape? You do. All right. Uncle Milty.
From the backside.
I want to... that's a good one. Uncle Milty, you know how I love you.
Yes.
I want to thank you for coming in here.
Well, first, let me, before I split,
Go ahead.
I spoke to you a few months ago.
Right.
And you called me, or we spoke to each other.
Yes, we did.
And you wished me a lot of success about the Emmy Award.
Yes, I did.
For my performance in Beverly Hills 9. And it's over, and I did not get the award.
I was shocked, by the way.
Well,
I was
Who
very
won?
disappointed.
well, I was disappointed too, but there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser.
Who won that? The Martian? My favorite Martian?
No, the gentleman from Picket Fence.
That guy? Oh,
The black actor.
awful actor.
No,
The black guy on Picket Fence?
Yeah.
Terrible actor. What is it?
Your mom's on the phone.
Oh, Uncle Milty. Yeah, just tell my mother to get the fat ass. Tell my, Ray. Tell my
Get
mother.
the lard
Yeah,
out.
wait. Ma, Uncle Milty's got the answer for your big
I'm
ass.
not talking
No,
to
I
you,
haven't.
Howard.
What?
I want to say Happy New Year to Uncle
Hello,
Milton.
Ray.
Oh, yes. Go
How
ahead.
do you
Ray.
do?
Yes.
It's good
you hear
to
me?
talk to you again. And I just
Let me
want
put on a headset.
Yeah, put on the headset. You'll hear her. Tell her to get the tape. Tell her to get the tape. Go ahead.
I know what to do.
All right, go ahead. You handle
It's
it.
not my first day. You know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ma. Talk. Uncle Milty can hear you now.
I can. Will you
How do-
shut up?
Well, that's
not
right.
you, Ray.
Did you tell him to shut up?
Well, I tell him to keep quiet while somebody
That's
else
right.
is
I
talking.
wanted to wish you a Happy New Year.
Well, thank you very much. The same to you, darling.
And I just want you to know that when Howard is with me, he never talks this way.
Of course.
Tell
I
the
just
truth.
want you to know that this is all
Do you have a big tuchus?
put on.
Do you have a big tuchus?
Hold it.
Do
Hold
I
it.
have
Excuse
a
me.
big-
No, I'm-
You know, Uncle Milty has a nicer tuchus
No,
than
wait
you.
a minute. Hold it.
Uncle Milty, you have a nicer ass than my mother. Do you know that? Did you hear what I said?
I don't feel that you have the right to discuss my tuchus.
No, come on. This guy's an exercise video for old timers.
Not old
All
time.
people.
No, senior citizens.
Senior citizens.
Senior citizens.
Now listen
well,
to
I'm
me.
not.
I know your son very well.
Right.
And when you say he never talks that way at home, I can believe that. Because
You'll have to take her
this,
word.
I have analyzed Howard for all these years.
Yes.
He is actually not the Howard Stern that is being broadcast.
That's
and that
right.
People don't say that's right. Let me finish.
I'm agreeing.
Let me explain what
All
I mean
right,
to
all
your
right, go
mother.
ahead.
Because I respect your
Talk
mother
about her
even more
tuchus.
than you.
Talk about
no,
the
I
tuchus.
will not talk about
My
her.
father is not attractive.
Listen, Howard.
When's the last time you had
Howard,
sex with
did you
Dad?
hear from your
Tell
mother?
Uncle Milty, when's the last time you had sex with Dad?
Oh, shut up.
Tell the truth.
That's right.
When is the last
Right.
time you had
You know
sex?
your father
Business.
tells you to shut up and sit down?
He'll see you naked. He'll pass out. You got to get the ass in shape. Uncle Milty, tell her. Come on.
He
You're-
would never have the nerve to say this to me.
I've said it to you in private.
No, let me just...
Go ahead, Uncle
Let
Milty.
me talk about your son,
Yes.
if you'll shut up a minute.
Please. I would like to.
See, everything is an act with him.
I
This
know.
is all a disguise, the way he's talking to you on the phone for the entertainment of the viewers and the listeners.
Right.
He's playing a character. And
Exactly.
the character is, of course, I know Howard, and I know the way he is personally, and he's a very personable guy.
Thank you.
And he would never speak, I know that, in this particular venue, to you at home this way.
That's right.
Now,
and
if I
just
spoke to
wanted
my
you to know
mother,
that.
if I spoke to my mother Sandra that way at home,
Oh, boy.
she would have rapped me.
Oh.
That's it.
Hey, Ma, good news. I see a bulge in Uncle Milty's pants. I think he likes you. If you saw Uncle Milty naked, you'd pass out. This guy's had every beautiful woman in the world. I'm telling
don't
you.
believe
You
that
could do
you-
chin-ups with Uncle Milty.
Shut up.
Right? Right? He's so
Ray,
proud of that.
Ray.
Yeah, he loves it. He
No,
loves
I
it.
don't
You
love
do
it.
love it. Tell the truth.
No, I like your mother.
My
And
mother-
I have a lot of respect for her.
My mother could use a little work on her backside. Tell her to buy the tape, please.
What is this? The discussion. Let's discuss
Ask Dad.
your backside.
But I got a gorgeous backside. I at
Your
least work on it. I
backside is
run. I do
Well,
this.
you're a complete ass.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, Ray,
That's right, Uncle Milty.
Ray.
Yes.
Let
Yes.
me just say this. I'm glad to speak to you, and I wish you a very happy new year.
Thank you
and good
very
health
much.
for years to come.
Now go work on your ass with Uncle Milty's new low-impact high...
Behave yourself.
Ah, come on, Ma. You know it. My
Talking
mother
to.
complains to me all the time. She goes, I don't know why. I got my
I
ass.
never say that.
I say because you don't move your body around. Uncle Milty moves himself around every
How
day.
do you know what I do?
I know
How
what you do. I know you don't move yourself around. You told me you
I
don't.
move myself around plenty.
Oh, boy.
And I'm going to move myself over to your house tonight
No.
and discuss this with
No,
you.
move yourself over to Dad in the bedroom and satisfy him
Your
and with a
father
nice
has
shapely
been
ass.
very
With
satisfied.
No, he's not. My
Yes.
father has not had sex in
Oh,
so long.
shut up.
He
Uncle Milty.
doesn't know.
Don't listen to him.
All right, Ma,
Ray.
go buy Uncle Milty's tape. Thank you.
I love you, Ray.
All right, I love you too.
Take care of your health.
Don't listen to a word he says.
Take care of your health. You hear what Uncle Milty said? I
Oh,
want
I
you
do.
around. I love you.
I do.
I love you. I love that voice of yours ringing in my head.
And I'll be watching for you on TV. That's exciting. I love that show.
The Nanny is my mother's favorite show.
I love
Yes.
to watch
Oh, by the
that.
way,
She's almost senile.
Ray.
Yes.
Yes.
Terrible way to
I'm going
speak.
to feed her dog food in the old age home. I'm just kidding, Uncle
Howard,
Milty. You know
just because you have the microphone,
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm going to
mean
put you in the best old age home money can buy.
You don't have to show off for anybody.
Uncle Milty, I don't show off for.
How do you know she's not going to have to put you somewhere?
No, my mother.
You better be careful.
I got a nice old age home picked out for her. She ain't moving into my house. You think I'm gonna sit and take care of her, Uncle Milty? You're
Yes,
crazy.
you should.
Oh, come on. What did you do with your mother? You threw her right in the home, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Do that, she will.
Milty loved his
punch
mother.
in the
He
mouth.
loved his mother.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Well,
you know what?
Everybody should love their mother.
You know why my mother loves the nanny? Because her voice is as annoying as the nanny. The nanny. It's true. You hear that
You
voice?
mean
And it's not
Identify?
annoying, the nanny's voice. Not if you get used to it.
Right.
It's a comedy voice.
It is
That's
a comedy
right.
voice. That's right.
I love
Ray,
that
just
show.
don't listen to him. Just take care of him because he needs help.
Oh,
All right.
I know.
Thank
I,
you, Ma.
I help him
Thank
all-
you.
I straighten him out all the time.
All right, Mommy. Goodbye.
All right.
Love you so
I
much.
love you all.
You're fantastic.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I
Bye-bye.
love her. I love my mother. I do.
Of course you
I
do.
do.
Or you wouldn't be putting her
Why
on
think,
that
why
way.
think I'm worried about her ass? I am going to get a couple of copies. There's a couple of people that need this tape. Milton Berle's.
Who?
I'm not going to mention names, but look at Jackie Martling's pregnant belly. You know, it's not just for old people. Milton Berle's low-impact, high-comedy workout tape. As a matter of fact, it's very funny. There's a picture that I'm going to hold up to the camera of Uncle Milty in his exercise outfit. Take a look at this. Is that terrific?
That's what I wanted to say. You wouldn't let me say it. Included in this tape, or inserted in this tape, I do come out as in drag.
Oh, thank
a couple
God.
of times.
Yes.
You look
Once
good.
is
You look good. Jane Fonda.
Once is Jane Fonda, and the other is Richard Simmons.
You look a little like both of them.
Well, in the workout tape, I do.
Yes.
And it's all for shtick and for
Right.
comedy.
No,
and
you're great.
That's the difference of the title of low impact, high comedy.
You look like Uncle Mildred in this. See that?
You know, could be.
Uncle Milty, thank you for blessing my
Hey.
show with your appearance. You are more important than the Pope. You are the Pope of comedy.
That I'm not so
Pope
sure.
looks in terrible shape, doesn't he?
Somebody needs to slip this tape to the Pope.
I'm going to get a copy. I'm having an audience with the Pope after this show. I am going to slip him a
At
copy of your
least you
tape.
have the one person in your audience.
Right. That's right. And I want to thank Uncle Milty, the great Uncle Milty, for coming by with his new tape. And don't forget to go see him November 15th through the 18th at the Riverside Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. The great
right.
Milton Berle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Milty.
God bless you. And,
God bless you.
Ray, take care of yourself. And ladies and gentlemen here in the studio, God bless you.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be
And
back.
The cameraman, too. We'll be right back.
We'll be back after this. Let's see. What do you call, let me see if I read all these while Uncle Milty was here. What do you call a poor black woman in OJ's jacuzzi? Juror number 7. What's the first thing OJ will buy now that he's been set free? Clip-on gloves. I thought these were good. What has big lips, brown hair, and will never get a good night's sleep again? Paula Barbieri. What do Mark Furman and OJ have in common?
What?
Neither of them hang out with black people. Let me see if there's any other interesting faxes. What is this one? The TV showed the reactions of black people. Some were in churches, some were in restaurants, some were on the street, and some were in bars. Doesn't anybody have a job? It was in the middle of the day. That's why
It was midday.
it was weird. That was weird. That was strange. I don't have an answer for you, my friend. Here you go, Gary. Put those on my file, my OJ file. I'm compiling a file. We have OJ's phone number. You want to call OJ?
Yeah, let's do it.
Gary,
We've
get
had OJ on this show before. He calls Larry King. Why not talk to us?
Gary, get Simpson on the phone.
OJ?
OJ.
Papa Flunky.
Orenthal.
Orenthal James. We really do have his number, but Gary has to get permission.
Of course.
That's how it works.
Fooey.
What time is it there?
6:45.
Our listeners can get us any number. We have the numbers of every juror.
I can't believe we have OJ's number.
Yeah. You nervous, Gary?
No. I've spoken to him before. I don't really care.
Right.
Okay, that one's disconnected. They gave me 2.
All right.
OJ's already changing numbers?
I had to.
Really, man.
Really, man. I had
Really,
to.
man.
Really, man. Really, man.
OJ was a fan of this show. He should talk to us. He's so
I would
nice.
love to.
I would love to talk to you. I did not kill Nicole. But that,
Really, man.
But that
Hi, can I
you...
please speak to OJ? This is Gary from Howard Stern's office. Who's this?
Oh, go ahead, Gary. We got him on the phone. I swear to God, this is real.
I dialed the wrong number? Okay, sorry.
Was it OJ?
I dialed the wrong number.
Oh, you did, really?
That second one.
Oh, they've been getting a lot of OJ calls?
Apparently, I must be like 1 digit off.
I got excited.
I did too.
Really, man.
Really, man. Really, man.
Hey, man. I'm busy, man.
Really, man.
If he says he'll come on the air, just, whip that thing on hold, man, and I'll plunk it right down.
I'm sorry, I got the wrong number again.
Oh, we don't
All right,
have
I guess,
the right
I guess
number.
it's not the right number. The
Yeah.
first one was disconnected.
We don't have an OJ number.
Want to move to jurors?
I'd like to get his angry sister on the phone. Yeah, okay. Start out with juror number 1 and work your way through.
Okay.
We really do it. We have, within an hour, we had every juror's home phone number.
Wasn't juror number 1 the foreman?
Yeah.
No, juror number 1, right? Or was it juror number 3?
No, juror number 3 was the white woman, I thought.
We're going to poll the jury right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I want to ask that white woman. You got the white woman on there?
I don't know. I can't tell who's.
You can't tell race by the name?
Well, wait, is Yolanda the white woman?
I would say not. Let me see that. Let me see that list. Let me see that list. And OJ's calling into Larry King. And listen to this.
With us on the phone now is OJ Simpson.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Papa Pohai.
Wouldn't that be great?
Why didn't somebody do that?
A Baba Booey. A Baba Booey.
Papa Floli.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, and
Oh, my God. That's sickening.
boy.
I'm doing fine. I feel great. He's alive.
one, I want to thank you a lot, because so many of my friends have told me that you've been fair.
Now the spin is that the media hasn't been fair. Now put this together for you folks. The media has been unfair to OJ. That's the new spin. This had nothing to do with the media. This court case was on TV. People could formulate their own opinions.
All you had to do is tune in. You could see everything yourself.
It had nothing to do with reading the coverage, because everyone could see it for themselves. Now think about that. Now they're going to tell you the media put a spin on the... No, this is a case that we all saw, OJ. You see, he wouldn't have gotten 2 words out. I would have been all over him.
In hosting your show and bringing the points of view from both sides, I want to thank Mr. Calhoun for taking the time out of his...
Sounds like OJ in prison took a few elocution lessons. Has he got any big words? Someone told me he uses some big words.
I think there are a few in
Yeah.
there. When he starts to get going, when his anger comes up.
I would like to anti-disestablishmentarianism. You. He needs electrocution lessons.
most of all, I want to thank that man, Mr. Johnny Cochran, for believing from the beginning, listening, and putting his heart and soul on the line to send me home and spend time that I'm spending right now.
I would have turned to him and just said, OJ, I got to be honest with you. If I see you in public, I'm going to walk away from you. I got to tell you, that's what I'm advising any decent, hardworking human being to do, to make it as uncomfortable as I can for you. No, Larry's going to go out and do pay-per-view specials. Now, here's your pay-per-view special. What do you think? This is what it's going to be. How could you order that thing? Don't pay for that. I understand, though, it's a $15 million advance. That means OJ will get the money. Well, hopefully the lawyers will get it. I can live with that better than I can OJ sitting and living it up.
What lawyers?
I don't know. Maybe he's owes him money. Maybe they could come up with a cockamamie bill. I heard the whole defense only cost him $5 million.
That's what they're saying now.
Yeah.
My kids.
All those kids. Imagine when this kid, like when Sydney, is that her name? Cindy?
Mm-hmm.
Sydney? When Cindy grows up.
Sydney.
Whatever. When Sydney grows up and then she starts to read and learn about her father and this court case, so she can read the transcripts and she goes, oh my God. Oh my God. What kind of life is that kid going to have?
Daddy, did you do it?
Yeah. No, honey. I was framed by the white man.
Right.
Then why are you sleeping with so many white women? Well, I'm paying him back.
I don't understand how those two questions go together.
I'm paying back the white man for all the bad he did to me. Won't OJ be too busy looking for the real killer to do pay-per-view?
Well, that's probably why he needs the money. He's going to spend a lot of money trying to find the real murderers.
I will deputize myself and help him look for the real...
Officer OJ.
Imagine I go looking for it and I find out it's OJ.
Officer OJ.
Officer OJ. Sherlock Homie.
I will arrest myself.
I have made a citizen's arrest. Who did you find, OJ?
It was me. But I can't be prosecuted.
Say all of this. You know, I've been watching your show, and I don't really have a lot to say now. Pretty soon,
because I got to save it for the pay-per-view.
That's right.
I haven't thought it up yet.
Larry King will ask him softball questions. Johnny Cochran can write all the questions for Larry King, and Larry will go along with it because Larry's a little kiss ass. What was Larry all beaming? I was the first person to get a hold of OJ.
I've got another clue.
Hey, I've got him. And I'm not going to say anything to jeopardize.
I wonder how many screeners he had last night for those calls. Oh, man.
I have enough to say to everybody and hopefully answer everyone's questions. But one of your callers, a lady called a minute ago, and she asked a question about a shadowy figure running down running down the driveway and across the lawn and into the front door. Let me say, that was, to me, that's one of the problems. One of the problems I have in the day with people who followed this trial, they have not listened to the evidence.
Don't worry, we're pretty smart, OJ. We listen to the evidence.
Now I will tell you what he saw.
Yeah, what's he saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Marsha Clark said a person ran across the driveway. Marsha Clark has said that all along. That is not what Alan Park said.
Oh.
Alan Park said 15 feet roughly from my front door, which was me walking out of my front door, dropping my bags and going back in. He marked it. They put a display up, put an X. She asked him, put an X where you saw this person. 15 feet, never on the driveway, never coming down the driveway, never crossing the driveway.
Now he's all full of fire.
Yes, but Alan Park said the guy was in dark clothes, and OJ came out to the car after supposedly now putting out his luggage in dark clothes. He came out in light clothes.
But Larry doesn't say anything. Larry's like, oh, okay.
I'd buy it.
What?
Talk about a media feeding frenzy.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, I could have juror number 2's mother if you want.
Super. Give me juror number 2's mother. I'll take anybody.
She just needs a couple minutes to get, to wake up.
Good.
But she did take my number and my name and number because she's keeping a list.
Excellent.
And her daughter will be returning every call.
Excellent.
So we're going to get to talk to a juror.
Well, juror's mother.
I would love to.
Juror number 2's mother.
Okay.
Well, she can tell us what her daughter's thinking. She's a spokesperson.
She's a lawyer.
The OJ.
Wait, that is the testimony. I mean, throughout this case, It's been this misrepresentation time and time again. People come home from work and they hear the pundits elaborating on these misrepresentations. Listen to what the witness says. Listen to what their testimony is, and not what Marsha Clark told you.
Okay. Oh.
So is it the reporters or Marsha Clark?
Marsha Clark framed him.
Oh, yeah.
So why didn't he answer the door if he was home, walking around?
Right.
What?
I don't mean to bother you, Howard, but, Uncle Milty's still sitting in the green room.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to leave until you give out that 800 number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For his tape.
Geez, I forgot. I apologize. I didn't realize there was an 800 number, Uncle Milty. Yeah, now listen, if you want to get Uncle Milty, God bless Uncle Milty. If you want to get Uncle Milty's low-impact, high-comedy workout tape and get it for people, listen, buy it as a gift, for God's sake. You know there are people who need it. And you know who I'm getting it for? I'm getting it for Robin because she's overworking out. You understand? This is something we do on it. You go, oh, I can do this. This is easy. This is easy workout. It's too easy for me. Robin got to go mountain climbing. No, you just sit there.
I haven't climbed any mountains.
You put on Uncle Milty's tape, you laugh a little bit, you work out a little bit, and then every day it's like a little drop in the bucket. And before you know it,
everything's gone.
Everything's gone. Now, let me give you the number. 1-800-538-4488. And what I like about this tape is you laugh also. Who wants to sit there and listen to Richard Simmons? I mean, he's very effeminate. 1-800-538-4488. Okay? That's Uncle Milty's number. Buy it in honor of Uncle Milty's penis.
Oh.
Huge.
Really, man?
Thank you, OJ.
How does he get rid of it for those drag? He's in a little workout outfit.
Bra and a harness for men who are overly endowed. It's like a cobra. And Uncle Milty has to wear a special harness when he dresses up in drag. Because it's so huge. And it was... You ever see a coil of soap? Have you ever seen a coil of soap in the butcher shop when it's all coiled up? That's Uncle Milty. And he has to wrap it in this harness. And the harness is built by Howard Hughes.
Strapped like a fire hose.
Right. It's a cylinder.
It's like that accordion.
Yeah, right. And he has to tuck it so he looks like a woman when he's in full drag. And it's a remarkable transformation. You would swear nothing was there.
Well, that's what, because I was looking at that photograph you showed me, and I didn't see any telltale sign.
He tucks it.
He tucks it in. Man's huge. Howard Hughes was a genius. Sure. Absolutely. I'll bet you George Burns isn't half the size Uncle Milty is. That would be my guess. So God bless Uncle Milty. Here's his number again, 1-800-538-4488. Boy, Larry King all full of himself. He's got OJ. Now, did Marsha Clark, that Marsha Clark frame me? He sounds pretty happy. Got the whole thing going.
Yeah, he's a free man.
Good for him. Listen. God bless him. I asked my mother about it last night. She says, well, karma. Something is, I said, what do you mean? Like someone's going to kill him or something? She goes, no, that's not what I mean. He has to live with it. I said, I don't know. I don't think he's going to really think about it.
You don't sound that upset.
He sounds like he's over it.
But not what Darden told you. And that has been the big problem. Fortunately for me...
Hey, they're just lawyers doing their job and presenting the evidence.
Yeah, why listen to what Johnny Cochran told you?
Right. What do you mean, Johnny Cochran's the only one who knows anything? No other lawyer knows?
The jury listened to what the witnesses said.
No, the jury was black and just kind of caved into peer pressure.
To Johnny saying, hey, come on, come do the right thing.
That honky Chris Darden is a bad man. Poor Chris Darden got booed at his church, Robin told me.
When I look at it and I say, all right, there, I've got Chris Darden telling me a story and Johnny Cochran telling me
I'll take it from Chris Darden any day.
Which guy am I going to believe? Who would I buy the used car from?
Chris Darden. That's a good question. Who would I buy the used car from? Chris Darden.
Yeah. He didn't look like the kind of guy to me who would go along with a trumped-up story and a bunch of fake evidence against a guy.
Yeah.
The witnesses said, and not Marsha Clark's or Darden's or anyone else's rendition of what they said. So, Miss, I didn't get your name. There was no shadowy figure coming down the driveway and going across the driveway. That's what Marsha Clark told you. That's not what Alan Park told you.
OJ, how would you describe yourself as relieved, angry, what?
A little bit of everything. I think my basic anger, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before I leave.
Yeah, because I got to save up for the pay-per-view.
I'm partying.
Yeah, we're over here at the party. OJ, the big star. Oh, man, it makes me sick. Oh, God, what's happened?
My basic anger is these misconceptions. My basic anger is people I've heard said, I followed the case. I've heard experts say, this was the testimony today. And that wasn't the testimony today. There was so many times I went back to my cell and I watched TV. I go to my attorney room. I talk to my attorneys and some witnesses. And we say, were these experts looking at the same or hearing, or they're in the same courtroom that we were in today? Did they hear the testimony today? Because what they were reporting on the news, what they were...
He can't even believe it.
Is this a guy you want to get upset?
Yeah, he can't even believe that he's out. He couldn't believe it. It's just, he's the luckiest man on the planet. He's not only lucky because he get the luck of being a football player, but the luck of...
All he's thinking about is making more money.
Yep.
He's thinking about changing his image. He still hasn't thought about the fact that his ex-wife was killed. He still hasn't cared.
I can't believe.
He still hasn't said one word.
It's old news.
Somebody, you reminded.
It's old news.
That letter he wrote when he was supposedly attempting suicide in the back of that van. And once again, he never had any... there was never a show of caring or sadness or concern that his wife was killed.
He's playing on these various shows was not what the witnesses were saying. And once again, that lady who called in, look at the testimony. Marsha Clark told you that.
Look at Larry. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, OJ.
Alan Park.
I wonder if Cato was at the party. I hope they're going to reward him for his great testimony.
Oh, he's
Cato, my brother in broadcasting. I hope Cato has 0 rating. I've never yet seen the ratings for Cato's show, but I'm hoping it's 0. I know he's on the same station as me, but I hope it's 0. Cato. I'm sure it is, because otherwise they'd be faxing me all the ratings and showing off how great they're doing. Pretty sure the audience has rejected him. Jesus Christ, Cato and OJ. I'm sick of all of them. My role model is Christopher Darden. That's who I look up to. Hard-working man. And Marsha Clark. And not Gil Garcetti, who's such a fool that he had to move the venue because he had to prove to black people something.
Not tell you that.
A couple quick things. I'll let you.
I gotta go.
All right, well, can you just tell us what was it like with the kids today? What was it like with the kids?
It's been great. It's been great.
God bless you, OJ.
Thanks,
Soon
Bless you, OJ. Bless you, OJ. Bless you, OJ.
Bless you, my guilty friend.
Mary, I appreciate how fair you've been.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He doesn't Larry
I guess from that, thanks, OJ. He will be making a statement. I gather he's going to come forward in some forum.
I think he will be
soon. His voice sounded very strong.
Oh, yes. He has resolved. Nobody, none of the lawyers even, knew the facts.
Oh, I can't take him. Nobody knew the facts. Like OJ should be an attorney. He was marvelous. He understood the whole case better than F.U. Bailey. Whatever that man's name is. OJ's a genius. He's going to do brain surgery now. It's a waste to have this man doing football commentary when he could be operating on the heads of people. He should operate on the jury. Oh, this OJ is a genius now. This OJ took us in there. He masterminded the entire defense.
He wanted to testify.
Not that Jew Shapiro. It was OJ. And I see OJ. Yeah. And OJ going to operate on me and install a conscience in my brain so I can sleep at night.
In a heart.
In a heart.
Go to the wizard.
So that's what I want to say, and Holy Magaro. Mr. Johnny. Well, the OJ is out. Well, I'm glad. I like it. Makes it more interesting.
I wonder if the party's still going on.
Oh, over at the mansion. Oh, hoofa. Where is that called? Rockingham.
Rockingham, yes.
Rockingham. Stabbingham. It'll be rocking over at Rockingham. It's rocking. They probably have a band over there rocking right now.
They had a live band.
Did they really?
The night of the acquittal.
Great. Oh, the band should be proud of themselves. If the band had any balls, they would have said, Mr. OJ Simpson, we don't go to his house. He is being shunned and shamed.
Unfortunately, Howard, there were so many people there. Many of the lawyers had trouble getting through the crowd to get to OJ.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. What is it?
Okay, on the phone is juror number 2's mom.
Okay.
She's, pretty busy. Very nice lady.
Very nice
because there's a lot of people calling the house.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Hello? 1 second. Hello, ma'am? Hello? Hi. Hello? I can't hear anything.
Why don't you stick there? She might have gone to a call waiting for a second.
I see.
She said it's been really busy.
Hello? We have juror number 2's mom on the line, Robin.
That's as close as we can get.
Wait a second. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hi. There we are. It's my equipment. I think you were there and it was my equipment.
Okay.
So, anyway, even though you didn't sit on the jury.
You've talked to your daughter?
Yes.
What do you make of it? I mean, are you blown out by this? I mean, didn't you think OJ was guilty?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I thought.
No. I mean, it doesn't. But, I mean, deep down inside, I mean, don't you feel like she let out a guilty man?
No. What I really felt like was they followed the law. And I think, even her, after hearing this, after being locked up for so many months, and then to come out and hear the comments that they're hearing on TV, first time they could read a newspaper, there are negative things regarding the jury.
Right.
The problem they see is with the law, not in what they did, because they followed the law.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that. I kind of think I think there was a lot of pressure there. I mean, I take it you live in a black community?
No, I live in a mixed
community? I guess it would have been hard to come out and, when you're black and to just sort of walk out and be the one person who said, hey, man, OJ's guilty. I mean, it's a lot of pressure.
No, that would never have entered her mind.
See, I don't know. I want to believe you, but
well,
I just think OJ was so guilty. I mean, let's say Furman's a racist, okay? Let's go with that, all right? There's no doubt. There's no doubt he's a racist.
This could have been a white person. It would have been the same thing. And that's what I'm saying.
There has never been
not that. It's the law. This sits up and happens every day. It happens every day.
They
ignored it. Was so publicized, they want to bring in even a race issue. Race never entered any of those jurors' minds when they made their determinations.
I think if Nicole and Ron, I mean, here you have OJ Simpson, who not only battered his first wife, but battered this woman. She left behind the history of battering, OJ's blood evidence. Forget Furman and the glove and all that stuff. How did they get OJ's blood all over the place? How did they do it? You'd have to be the amazing Randy to do it.
Well, I tell you
I wish I could talk to your daughter. I can't figure out, I know, man, it's like, the system's been awful to black people. I'm hip to that, man.
I don't mean to black people. The system, the law itself, the shadow of a doubt, reasonable doubt. There's just big questions there.
You know what? I got to tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you.
Not one time did I ever watch the trial. I never watched it because I thought it was a circus. I never watched it.
Well, that you're right about.
And all I did was I could get the recaps from what the news stations and the newspapers were putting. There was reasonable doubt. I don't know. I thought to myself, any human being with any kind of common sense would see reasonable doubt.
You know what I'll tell you? I'll tell you something. You got to understand what a juror's job is, and a history.
I have been a juror. I was a juror. I was sitting on a juror for 5 months on a kidnap, rape, and murder trial.
I see.
5 months. So
the history of take Charles Manson. Let's take some high-profile cases. Charles Manson. Listen, Charles Manson was not at the scene of any murders. It was a bunch of people who said Manson told us to go kill. It was their word against his. There has never been more overwhelming evidence, short of a videotape of OJ actually slaughtering these two people.
But you say
you got to look at the history.
They showed. I saw that evidence too, but like I'm saying, but there was reasonable doubt in so many other instances.
No, his car wasn't there, and the limo driver had no axe to grind. He wasn't a racist.
Well,
he was just a guy trying.
I never watched the trial.
I'm telling you.
Even really comment.
Ask your daughter about the limo driver.
Pardon me?
Got to ask your daughter about the limo driver. Listen, to me, it's an issue of race because mostly black people saw him as innocent, and mostly white people saw him as guilty.
Well, I don't even think that's true. I mean, and it's really hard to even, I guess, get that point across to you. But no, not her, not her.
Would you let your daughter?
Family.
Would you let your daughter date OJ?
I don't care who my daughter dates. I don't.
Wouldn't you be nervous around dating? I mean, a guy who was a wife beater. Would you be? I mean, that's proven. We know that he was a wife beater, don't we?
No, I mean, that's what I've heard.
And he was convicted of that.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, he was.
Would you let your daughter date him?
My daughter is her own person.
No, but I'm saying, let's say she asked your advice. She said, Mom, OJ fell in love with me during the trial. He was staring at me, and I'm a beautiful woman, and, he fell in love with me. I'm thinking about dating him.
I still wouldn't have any opinion. No.
Really? You wouldn't give her advice?
No. No, I don't.
Well, I'd give her advice. I would tell her not to date him.
But then you're not her mother.
No, I'm not. I wish I was. I would have.
If you asked me as her mother, would I?
You would never give your daughter advice?
Of her personal affairs.
Really?
No.
No kidding.
No. Now, we're very close. I'm not even just her mother. I'm her best friend. But, and I guess if she would ask me in a situation.
Any book deal yet?
Pardon me?
A book deal yet for your daughter? No?
No.
Is she thinking about it?
She's not thought about anything. She's not talked to anyone. She's just trying to regroup. This has been very hard on them.
Oh, yes. I'm going to tell you something. That was a travesty of justice. No way any jury should be sequestered for a year. This trial could have been over with in 3 weeks. I absolutely agree with you on that. And I'll tell you something. That Judge Ito should be boiled in oil for what he did to the jury. He's a fool. Believe me, he is. This we can agree on. This man is not fit to sit on the bench. What he did to your daughter, making her sit there for a year for this nonsense. They should have ripped the cameras out of there.
I understand about how long the trial took, Howard, but how could they come to a decision in that short period of time?
Oh, please, listen. Well, listen. We're not talking to the actual juror. We're talking to the juror's mother.
Maybe she asked her daughter. How come?
No, I have not. We have not discussed.
You haven't even discussed it?
No.
You're kidding?
No.
You're not curious about it?
Well, sure, I'm curious about it, but she's not ready to discuss anything.
She probably wants you. She probably wants to wait for the book, but her own mother. She should discuss it with. She should discuss it with her own mother.
She wants to wait for. What book?
You know what I'm saying. She's got to do some kind of book. I think that all the jurors should get together and do a book. I don't think the individual jurors. Here's the other thing.
It should be a book by the jury?
Yeah, because the individual jurors cannot get that much money for a book. No one will buy it. You got to advise your daughter. They got to all band together and do some sort of book.
Well, like I said, I mean, she has a mind of her own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish she would have been the one to hang up the jury. I wish she would have been the one to say, look, let's stop the nonsense. I was so shocked that all women, especially women in the black community, have seen such abuse. Abuse at the hands of there's a tremendous amount of battery, men and women fighting. Oh, yeah, the police are filled with, what do you call it, domestic disputes.
Amongst blacks?
Oh, yes, it's very high in the black community. That's why I was hoping that the women would say, you know what, for once we're going to put away a wife abuser.
The women on there have never experienced that.
No, I didn't say they experienced it, but they know about it, and they know about how men can be.
How would they have to know about it? My daughter was one of the youngest jurors on there.
Really?
She's never experienced that.
Thank God.
Never experienced all of the race issues that they want to bring in here.
But there's tremendous pressure when you're on a jury like that, and everyone is black, and everyone's feeling the pressure to to come up with.
See, you keep throwing in those issues. I visited all of those jurors.
Really?
There were the things that you're saying.
Yeah.
They don't make sense.
I don't know.
They don't add up to any of the people that I met.
Really?
The whole 10 months that they were there. No.
I can't figure out the white jurors. What's their story? What are they, from another planet? I mean, did you meet with them too?
I sure did.
Whoa.
Well, there weren't that many of them.
There were two of them.
Well, there were only two left.
I guess they just fell in with the whole.
I told you what the one woman, her daughter says that.
Right.
She, in the face of Mark Furman, she had no argument.
Yeah. Well, throw out Mark Furman. Throw him out. Where's the limo driver?
She couldn't argue. She just was. She was flabbergasted.
Right. Because you know what it is. Mark Furman is despicable. There's no question about that. We know he's despicable.
Mm-hmm.
We know. Let's say every cop is racist beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, but this isn't about the cops. This is about how did they get a hold of OJ's blood? It was still all over everything. Let's say he planted the glove. You can't just get the blood by magic. It was there that night. All these guys saw blood, they took samples, and they found Mr. OJ Simpson's blood. Good night, go away for life. That's the end of the case. That's what I say. That's what I say. I'm no Kojak, but I can figure these cases out. Mm-hmm. I cannot figure out what the hell went on except for the race issue. I mean, that's it. Plain and simple.
I don't.
As Malcolm said, the chickens will come home to roost, and they have.
No, you're really on the wrong planet.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I really do.
Well, we'll have to talk to everybody.
I will. Listen. Eventually, I'll get to talk to somebody. I mean, I gotta figure this whole thing out, and the world is relying on me to figure it out because I am like so brilliant.
All right. Well, I think you should just move on to the next person. Because I can't help you there. No.
So you sure your daughter doesn't want to talk to me?
I'm positive. My daughter's not here, though.
Oh, you're kidding?
No, I do have my other phone.
Is she at OJ's?
Could you excuse me?
Would she ever party with OJ?
I doubt it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What if he says...
Okay, just a moment.
What if he says...
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to
okay.
terminate.
Well, you've been very nice to speak with me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She doesn't think it was the race issue. That was funny.
Well, it may not have been. Again,
yeah, okay.
You're still jumping to a conclusion.
Yeah.
I just know they found him innocent.
I'm going to puke.
Well, if it wasn't race.
And I know a guy gave him a black power sign. That's all I know.
I would not tell my daughter not to date Mr. OJ Simpson. I don't tell her who to date. I think, you can step in once in a while and maybe give an opinion if you think your daughter's doing the wrong thing.
Well, that's your opinion.
He's too rich for her to have an opinion.
Yeah. I'm going to vomit all over Jackie.
Well, that I don't mind.
I didn't
Go
kill
ahead.
anybody.
If you have to do it, you have to do it.
Just kidding, man. All right. Let's take a break and, do some news and go home.
No other jurors? Maybe
tomorrow.
Some of them will pop somewhere here or there.
Yeah.
I like to talk, actually, to a juror.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get any more honest a story.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Nobody's ever going to tell you that race had anything to do with it. Do you really think?
No, absolutely not. I wish someone would be honest and go, yeah, you think I'm going back to South Central? You think I want to be ostracized? I got to live there. That's exactly what it is. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. I got to hear more Pope stuff.
Here we go.
Should it not be strengthened as the guarantee of peace?
He's got to play Bela Lugosi in a movie. He should have been, not Martin Landau. He should have been in that movie.
And he was an actor, so you
didn't even know. Oh, children of the night.
Listen to the beautiful music of the children of the night.
Home. I have no home.
I have no home.
Justice, humanitarian concern, whether in the Balkans, in Africa.
Despised.
Or in any place where these values are threatened.
Living like an animal. The jungle is my home.
Twins, separated at birth.
Should it not be reformed?
But I shall show the world that I can be its master.
To ensure.
All right.
I shall perfect my own.
Guided by an objective assessment.
All right. Very good.
All I know is that everybody calls him the Holy Father.
You know what was funny about Joe was like all dressed up for the occasion.
Yeah.
You could tell it was a guy who never dressed like his hair was like parted off to the side.
For the Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he combed his hair differently?
Yeah.
Aren't you the guy who left his wife for the young babysitter? Get out of here. Are you crazy? Are you high on cocaine? You must be smoking heroin. You must keep it in your pants, Romeo. I am a man who kept it in his pants his whole entire life.
That's why I shake.
And backed up.
It's building up.
Now leave your girlfriend here.
Well, the Pope is going to address the United Nations today.
Kimberly, look under my hat.
And then he's going to do some kind of huge mass ceremony at Madison Square Garden.
Cool. That's the one we're trying to go to.
You know, I just don't know that you can do that much in that big a venue.
I'm opening for Foreigner.
I didn't think those guys were still happening.
But they rock.
I like the old stuff, cold as ice.
Double vision. Dirty white boy.
We got to take a break, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
he'll be in his Pope Mobile today.
The Pope Mobile.
Buy my CD, the Back to School special. Buy 2, get 1 free.
What is it, Rolf?
Don't you think it'd be cool? I mean, I know you're Jewish, but don't...
I'm not Jewish. I'm half Jewish. I love the Pope. Get out of here, you imbecile.
Don't you think it'd be
Get up.
cool?
Get up. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. What is it?
I didn't see the Oprah show with Johnny Cochran. Did she say anything?
Well, evidently, I don't know this whole story. I got this about fifth hand, but Kathy Lee Gifford was on the Regis show crying because she said, now, you see, someone told me this, so I don't even know that's true.
Right. What do you
Kathy
get?
Lee Gifford, if someone saw the show, tell me, said she was thinking about suicide. She wanted to kill herself over the verdict. So I was like, wow, something positive out of all this.
Finally.
Yeah, because she really... Gary played me some new CD she put up with children's songs. He said she really needs to be beaten.
She does. She just doesn't stop.
That's a good reaction.
I mean, I have to hear every...
He doesn't mean literally, though. Well,
He's turning into OJ.
No, just
he sounds like OJ. 'Cause no one deserves to be beaten. Even
Howard, it
Kathy.
tells you on the case here, which is because some of them aren't hers.
Oh, okay, I'll play it. But anyway, so Kathy
she was
Lee...
crying. She was so upset by the verdict.
Yeah, by the verdict, and then Oprah, evidently... Now, see, this is all fifth hand. I don't know that it's real.
Right.
The story I got was that Oprah was on our show with Johnny Cochran, and Oprah said, you know, most of her black friends feel that all white people are Mark Furmans and are like Mark Furman.
She has black friends?
Supposedly. Yeah, she's another one with black friends.
She found some
She found some black friends, too. So all of a sudden...
Quincy.
So all of a sudden, Kathy Lee heard this. She must have been watching Oprah and said, that's it. This is horrible. I can't stand this. Not all white people are like
Kathy Lee, nobody's even considering you.
Yeah. She wants to...
You're in another category.
She's trying to inject herself into this somehow. White people reject Kathy Lee. Yeah. I have a brown belt myself, but I won't tell you how I got brown. Very embarrassing story.
Yellow underwear.
That's the next music video.
I have yellow underpants and a brown belt. It's exciting. The Pope comes in, and it really is exciting. I watched it on TV. When he walks through the crowd, you get really psyched up. You know, it's, wow, we're with the Pope. We're with the Pope. It's exciting, and everyone's applauding.
Finally, the Pope is here.
And he touches people, and he makes the cross. Of course, you know, when he makes the sign of the Holy Cross, you know it doesn't work because his hand is shaking so bad. If it worked, why would his hand be shaking, right? Okay, so...
Come on,
So he's like, you know... he's shaking. So...
And everybody's waiting for that sign like it's going to do something for them.
I was waiting for the Pope to stop the rain. You know, if he had a clear-cut message to God.
And you know what he said? You remember when Diana Ross was in Central Park and she got rained out?
Yeah.
And she said the rain is for the flowers?
Yeah, she's another rocket scientist.
The Pope said the rain is from God.
It is.
So, like, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
God was there, and he showed you by raining on you.
That's called spin control.
Oh, good.
It would have been like this. It would have been like, this beautiful day is a gift from God, so that we could all be together without getting wet. And then if it rains, it's like,
The rain is good because it is good for all of us, a sign from God.
And then he gets up to make the speech.
So he's got a line for whatever the weather is.
Yeah, whatever the weather.
Partly sunny today, high in the 90s. It will be a good day for rain because my giant hat needed watering.
You notice, though, he's not standing in the rain.
No. He was dry as they can be. But it was really kind of funny because this guy gets up and he's making a speech before the Pope. And he gets up and he goes, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming today. And, you know, he's really putting it on. And he goes, and I got to tell you, everyone here from Seton College. And all of a sudden, all the kids are going, Yay! So the Pope is like sleeping on the stage because his eyes were closed. And all of a sudden, he heard everyone applauding. So he just opened up his eyes. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He gave him the sign of the cross and went right back to sleep. It's great.
Well, I heard one guy who said, you know, he came here from Ohio or something, and he said he didn't even have a ticket to anything. He was just going to, like, be wherever the Pope was supposed to arrive and depart, hoping that he might get a glimpse of the Pope in the Pope-mobile or whatever car he might be in at that moment. And he said it would be really important to him. What he wants to see is the Pope make that sign.
Right.
I will make the sign for those who got into Giant Stadium and buy one Pope cup. At least one item. And now Stash Stokowski will sing the national anthem in Polish.
Anyway, so the Pope...
It's a great gig if you can get it.
It's the best gig if you can get it, although you can't get laid. But I think you can if you really wanted to.
Who's going to know? I mean, certainly you can find people who won't talk.
Right.
Get under the robe.
Get under the robe and don't make a sound.
You think the Pope's ever had a woman since he joined the cleric?
I don't know about this Pope. He seems to really
he loves it.
Be into it.
The lady in the front row with the blue hair, let me hold your high hair. Send me Tempest, stripper.
So anyway, the Pope gets up, you know, and everyone's waiting now hours. Rain is pouring on him. It's freezing out. And all of a sudden, the Pope gets up. And he says,
don't you know the peace of the world was be exactly the way of the people. And the peoples must do what the peoples do at a given day. America is a great place.
And you're going, oh my, oofa. Put a little effort in.
Really? You know, we came all this way. It's raining.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, it was like, come on. I was even talking to Tom Chiusano. He was a little, you know, he is devoted. I mean, this guy has rosary like nobody has ever had before in their lives. I mean, I have rosary.
He's there every Sunday counting his beads or something.
Even Tom didn't know what he was talking about.
I love New York, God. I love all the people in the world.
But does the Pope know where he's speaking?
Of course I know where I'm speaking. Transylvania.
You know, like yesterday you're in a football stadium. Today they're going to have you at a horse track. He's going to be speaking at Aqueduct.
I'm not good in the mud.
In the mud.
I am not a mother.
Where's all my Pope tapes? I got a whole bunch of Pope tapes. Some cool stuff. I know Scott just gave it to me and I lost it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, here we go. Because he kind of sounds like, he sounds like Bela Lugosi. You know, he sounds like that guy, Ed, you know, Martin Landau and Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Should it not be strengthened as the guarantee of peace, justice?
And you know these old biddies don't know what he's saying.
No.
Home. I have no home.
Humanitarian concern, whether in the Balkans, in Africa, or in any place where these values are threatened.
Hunted. This I like an animal.
Ran out of Pope.
Yeah. Wait, what's wrong with this? A bulb.
Of the international situation.
The jungle is my home.
In order to be a credible forum.
Credit form? No longer credit form.
We take cash or credit.
Cash or credit at the kiosk for a Pope Cup.
2 forms of ID, please.
And make it.
I shall show the world that I can be its master.
Issues of fundamental importance for the building of a more human and just world.
I shall perfect my own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world.
Should it not be strengthened as the guarantee of peace, justice, humanitarian concern?
My Italian concern?
I think he meant entire, but he...
My entire concern.
You know what? Maybe we ought to put some music behind the Pope.
Yeah, we need music.
Pick up on what Bella is up to here.
Let me see if I can make that happen. I think I'm onto something here.
Whether in the Balkans, in Africa, or in any place where these values are threatened.
Home. I have no home.
Should it not be reformed to ensure
Fred, that's bumblebees.
that it will be guided by an objective assessment?
Hunted. Despised.
Despised.
Living like an animal.
Of the international situation in order to be a credible forum.
The jungle is my home.
The credit forum.
But I shall show the world that I can be its master.
In which to address issues of fundamental importance.
Somebody ought to call the Pope aside and just go, hey, listen. Now, Catholicism is down this year, Pope. You gotta
we're having a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put more effort into the speech. You might as well just give it in Latin. No one knows what's going on. These old biddies in the front row, they're battling the rain out there. Can you imagine they're out in the rain? I know about 15 minutes in, they're like, what the hell are we doing?
And why wouldn't I'm telling you, they ought to take him around to some of these Protestant services where they're doing healings.
Yeah.
The guy's running up and down the aisle.
He didn't heal one lousy person.
The Pope's doing nothing.
Yeah.
He makes that little sign. That's it.
Why doesn't he, take poisonous snakes and, dance with them?
I'm knowing many things about the world situation. Look at the way
on all that high hair.
I'm going back to the Vatican.
I can't handle it. Why do all of you have such high hair? Why? To have such high hair is a ladder to God. And now we will hear from someone very stupid. Gotti?
Well, according to our phone callers, the phones are going nuts.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to hell. And you really, really, really piss people off. This is a good one.
I'm always pissed with. Come on, it's fun.
You know who's even irritated by you?
Who?
Gambling Dan's mom.
Gambling Dan's mom? I'll throw Gambling Dan out of here with his mom.
But everybody's really pissed off. It's like, this isn't something to be making fun of.
He's different.
He is. He's a sacred...
He's the Holy Father.
Nobody loves the Holy Father more than me.
Well, there's a bunch of people...
doesn't the Holy Father have a sense of humor?
Well, there's a bunch of people accusing you of being a full Jew instead of a half Jew.
Well, that's outrageous. My mother is a Christian. Thank you. So I can do the accent.
That's right.
But there's
You mean you can't even comment on the accent?
This woman called.
You can't comment on the accent.
Children of
They
the
don't hear
night.
it. Nobody hears the accent.
Nobody hears the accent.
This one woman called. She's a really big fan of the show, but she's like, today you're out of control. She's like, please just tell me to leave it alone.
All
Leave
right.
it alone.
Thank you.
Jeez.
What are you, my father? Get out of here.
Just tell me what the people say.
All right, I will leave it alone.
Flunky.
I will leave it alone, Gary. You who do not know anything should leave the room. I would love to be the Pope. I would love to sit in a robe and have people worship me.
Let them
Sleep
dangle.
until they wake you up.
I would love a hat and a robe.
Yeah, the nice costumes.
And the big smoking.
I think I could get people to follow
and a
me.
big golden palace to live in.
Oh, I love that. But I have to have girls.
Smoking pot.
I'd love to smoke pot.
No, your purse smokes.
Oh.
Roll the bone.